Got some new samples. We actually got 6 new colors, so this is one of my favorite ones. It's like charcoal black, cream text. Looks amazing, and the fit obviously is the same one as last time. But so here are some of the new colors. All the colors actually, except blue. This one's my favorite. Then this one. Then this one. Okay, so since the video is titled "A Day in the Life of a Retired Dropshipper," you might be wondering, am I retired at all? So obviously I am not retired at all. Still working on a few ventures, like 3 that I'm actually like very like focused on right now. They all go hand in hand for the most part, except the one brand that I've been doing since 2020 that's like completely like unrelated, but it's still just functioning as it has been for the past 2 years. Probably going to try to go for an exit in that brand sometime this year, just because although it's a great brand, it's just not where like my fuel and my passion and all that is. Obviously the brand could keep going on its own the way it has been, because the structure that we set up in 2020 was great, and it's something that, you know, it's a brand that can be around for a very long time. It's just I don't really feel too passionate about it. Thinking about it in the perspective of something I care about, I think that it could probably reach a higher potential with someone that's willing to give it its full attention and time and care, like it's a relationship or a baby or something, you know. I just, you know, my mind has been kind of split into other ventures, such as the brand and yeah, other stuff. So in terms of dropshipping, obviously if you're watching this and this is not the first time you see me, you know that that's how I got started back in 2017. I was going to college, and then I decided to start dropshipping. I found it on YouTube and it worked. So I dropped out of college, and then I did that for about 4 years up until like 2020, which is when I started this brand. And even though like I would still like if I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw a product that I was like, yo, this would crush it as a dropshipping product, I would still run it to this day. Like if I see something, I'll still test it. It's just not where like my income is coming in at all, unless it's like a store or a little project where I will run a like, you know, like a $20,000 store, $50,000 store. Just not where like my income, day-to-day income is coming from. So these days that's coming more from the main brand, more recently the clothing brand, and whatever we have going in-house here with the studio, TikTok brand deals that it's been hitting lately. So that alone has been able to like cover most of my personal expenses, at least for starting from the past month forward, just because I don't know what happened, but people started reaching out. Had a few brands. Some of these partnerships, they're not all like payment, but they do provide things of high value that are so worth it. So I actually have to go shoot a brand deal at H. Greg, some car reselling plays, like a day in the life type video, in about 2 hours. So that one's paying. And then at night I have a Miami Heat collab event. They sent me a few cool items of clothing, so I have to make an outfit for that with those 2 things, where it's the game, make a TikTok about it. So very excited about that. They're also playing the Suns, which is like 1 and 2 in the NBA. So very excited to see that game. So yeah, I just been putting my focus towards things that I'm more passionate about. I'm shifting my energy, because at some point you gotta evolve. Like you're not gonna be a dropshipper forever. At least there's people that are fully in it for the money, and if they could do dropshipping for 20 years, they will. I want to do things of impact. I want to really do the things that I wanted to do as a kid. So personally, like dropshipping was just something that happened that let me make some money to like be able to have the freedom and time to do whatever I want to do. And now I'm like, this year 2021, I really started working and planning towards doing the things that I actually want to do. So this year is gonna be more of that. So now I'm gonna make some super light breakfast, just because I don't want to eat too much right now. I'm kind of full because I ate a big meal last night. But we're gonna have some eggs, some avocado, little high protein meal, and then from that, on the way to the place, we'll probably pick up some coffee. Alright, we're about to go down to the 7th to get some coffee. Alright, we got some iced latte. Alright, so we're back, and we're back with some food. Some Greek food. Amazing, let's get it. So the age Greg thing went super smooth. I was there for about an hour. Shot the 4 TikToks that they wanted. So it was pretty smooth, pretty easy. Got to get in a few cool cars, a Range, a Maserati. And yeah, it was pretty fast, pretty smooth. So now I'm gonna eat, do some work, and then from there I have to get ready because I have the Miami Heat thing. So we're gonna put on a fit, and then we're gonna cross the street to go to the Miami Heat arena. So very excited. And this looks crazy. Whoa. This game right now is insane, guys. What? It's gonna be one of the craziest comebacks I've seen. Benzema's a GOAT. So here's the fit check. We got the shirt that Miami Heat so kindly sent. We got this jacket, some pants from the same brand that I'll go in detail because that's another brand deal. The Ricks, and then I'm gonna have to wear this red mask because I don't have anything else. But yeah, we're gonna cross the street now to the Heat game. Gonna get some content. Hopefully we win. And unfortunately, this is the only mask I found. But I guess it's on brand with the Heat. But whatever. You guys will see the rest of the content on the phone. They gave us some complimentary drinks here in the lounge, catching a nice little vibe. The room's a little bit of a mess, just washed, so I'm like folding, taking care of everything, but this outfit right now is crazy. Thursday hoodie, obviously, some pants. Let's talk. So going forward, I kind of want to take more of an approach where like I'm just talking to you guys about like things that I've learned in the past 4 or 5 years of doing this e-com / YouTube / everything I've done for the past 5 years, because it's kind of like, big picture wise, I've dabbled in a few various things, whether it's like the whole like content creation side of things, the studio that we have here, the clothing brand, all the dropshipping stores, brands, etc. So it's like, I feel like I've acquired some knowledge that like, you know, would be good to share at some point, you know, like here in the videos, kind of like talk more, you know, sit down, talk. I know not everybody's gonna be into it, but I know a few people will find like value in that. So going forward, I kind of want to like talk more about things that I've learned, experiences, share more my thoughts and opinions on certain things. It's just crazy how like looking back, like life really like changes, but you don't really see a change just because you're constantly wanting more, and the bigger you get or the more money you make or whatever it is, you just always are looking for the next step. So if you're starting at 0, and it's gradual because you don't hit the lottery, right? You're not going from 0 to 20 to 30 to 100 overnight. You're going from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And it's like, it's so gradual that at some point when you're at that 2 for a specific amount of time, that 2 becomes 0 again. So it's like you're trying to get to 3 or 4, but you're not realizing that 2, level 2, was what you wanted for a very long period of time. So when you're at 2, you feel like you're back at 0, and then when you get to 4 and you're at 4 for a bit, you feel like you're back at 0. So you're constantly in this loop of wanting to like get to like a crazier point. And this morning I remembered, before I dropped out of college, I was plotting. I was trying to see like what number per month I could get to before I told my parents and family, etc., that I was going to drop out of school. So one day I asked my grandma, "Oh, like what do you think is a substantial amount of money of income per month? Like if somebody makes this much, do you think like what do you think is like a good amount of money per month that would be like, okay, that person's well off?" And I remember she said $3,000. So I was like, okay, if I get to $3,000 a month off dropshipping or whatever, I can drop out and I can tell like my family whatever. And obviously like at the time, $3,000 a month was way more than enough to like cover any expenses I had. Like obviously rent was cheaper 4 years ago, so with that you could literally I could live off comfortably to the point where I could drop out and could keep going. And then a month after that, maybe like 2 months after that, was when I finally hit with dropshipping, because that conversation was in May, I remember. which is when my second semester ended. And then in July was when I had like that influencer post that hit, the first one that hit, ended up making like 12K in 24 hours. $9,000 of that was profit. So I pretty much made like 3 months of what she had said in one day. And it's also crazy because that's when you realize that like you're so limited to your beliefs and the way that you're raised and what you see around you. Because growing up, I thought 80K was like, wow, like 80K is the goal. 80K a year, software engineer, and I'm set. And now looking back, it's like, I don't want to get like too specific, but certain numbers just seem like so, to the point where like if those numbers were to be hit, it would be considered a failure. And back then that was like, wow, like that'd be great. And then there's, you know, days where you do like an influencer post for Valentine's Day or something like that, and you do 25K in that same day, like 20K profit. So it's like you really gotta snap out of like those things that you believe are standard and set when you're coming up, and you gotta realize that literally anything is possible, and you could reach anything financially or whatever it is that you want to do. Like it's all possible. And the reason why most people, 99% of people, don't get to these levels and reach those levels is just because they don't believe they can. They don't know they can. And it's like, I didn't think 50K months, 100K months were possible until I started making some money outside of like the standard, like, you know, like online and everything. And then I started having friends I met this guy when I was first starting, George, and he was doing like 30K days, which was insane because I was just two months into it. And then I saw someone, I thought making 1K a day was crazy already. And then I met this guy making 30K a day. And then in the 4-year span, I've met so many people making so insane amounts of money. So it's not just about money, but it's about the fact that like you literally can reach any amount you want. Nothing's outlandish, and it all starts with like really believing in the fact that you can do it. So if you're thinking about getting started in whatever it is that you're doing, literally just start because it's all possible. And I wanted to rant because lately I've been feeling like no matter what I accomplish, like as crazy as it sounds, I feel like, damn, like okay, I imagined it to be way better in my head before it happened than when it actually happens. And when it happens, you've imagined it so many times, going so many different ways, that you're kind of like underwhelmed. And then I started thinking like, damn, like if 4 years ago me would have seen the things that happen these days, sometimes I would think everything's so amazing, but since it's so gradual and it's been like so many steps and missions and things to get to this point, I kind of like don't see it in that way. It's kind of like I just assume it's expected to happen and it should be that way, as opposed to like, damn, like this is crazy because 4 years ago me or like childhood me would think that's crazy. So you kind of got to snap out of it, see the progress, see where you're at, and then continue going at it. So just wanted to rant a bit because I was thinking about it this morning, and I feel like maybe some of you feel that way, maybe some of you are scared to start or whatever it is. So honestly, just get to it, start it, take your chances. So finally back with this video on a Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys like the content. I'll be back again next Friday. And yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you want to hear from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.